I read there was a study in your book about how just taking even a 10-second break from your work can have an impact on your stress levels.
That study was done by Microsoft Labs. You know how we say you'll often hear like, oh, just take a break, and because we often, when we're feeling a sense of burnout, an atypical burnout, an inability to disconnect from work, right? And then it's like, how are you going to get yourself back on track? I call it the Goldilocks principle. I talk about it in the 5 resets. Human productivity functions on a curve. It's not linear. It's not like, okay, like I'm going to just keep being productive. There's actually a bell-shaped curve for stress, as there is a bell-shaped curve for human productivity. And so if you think about one side, the y-axis as human productivity and the x-axis as stress, it's a bell-shaped curve. So when we are to the left of the curve, we're not feeling very motivated, we're bored, we're apathetic, chances are you're not going to be very productive. When you are to the far right of the curve, you're highly stressed, you're anxious. Many of us are feeling this way. You're not going to be very productive. There is a sweet spot of human productivity right in the middle of that bell-shaped curve, and that is the Goldilocks principle, the just right part of stress and human productivity. Now, many of us are to the right of the curve. We are anxious and keyed up and stressed out, and we're not very productive. So how do we bring the science into everyday life and apply it to our life? We can't just like chill out and like go for a month to Bali for a surfing holiday. Wish I could. Can't do it. Can't, spend 6 months eating my way through Italy or hanging out in the Himalayas in a retreat. All of these things are my dreams. You have financial constraints, you have constraints with your family, obligations, all of these things. And so we can't do all of those things to suddenly scale back into that sweet spot of human productivity. So what can we do? We can honor our breaks. And there was a study by Microsoft done not too long ago, which showed that even taking 10-minute breaks, like 3 to 4 10-minute breaks throughout the day, can have a cumulative impact on your stress and can help with your mood, productivity, sense of engagement. So it's not like, oh, breaks are nice to have. They should be an essential part of your workday because it helps manage your stress in the workday. It is a way to honor your breaks, to get back into that sweet spot of human productivity so that you can have just right stress.